No more accidents.
Hey guys, my name is Raw Sky. Welcome to another party. This is the Europe party. We are bringing appetizers. We've got recipes. We've got Lila. We've got Kiko. We've got Wendy. She's going to be vacuuming as the special tonight. No, she had a little accident, so we will wait. So hey guys, how you doing?
Hello.
Great. I'm here from my kitchen. Once a week cafe. Today I had a really nice guest, and yeah, it's closed and ready for the party.
I love that. It looks so busy, and that's in Kyoto.
Yeah, Kyoto downtown. It's very much in center, but it's like a hidden gem.
Guys, if you're in Kyoto, Japan, head down and see Kiko. Is that Tuesdays you do that?
Yeah, usually Tuesday, but I update my calendar on my Instagram. So I'm sorry, today I'm gonna be doing stuff in the kitchen to clean up while we do this, but yeah.
Cool. And we've got Junka here and we've got Veganese here. So from Norway and from New Zealand. And Lila, how are you?
Hey, I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually really excited, guys. This party is appetizers theme, and I saw what Lila was making, and my mind is boggled. These are spring rolls, right?
Yes, I was experimenting.
Can I put you on the big screen to show these off?
Okay.
There we
Well,
go.
they did look like spring rolls before I dehydrated them, but now they're like tiny sticks. But they are really they smell amazing, and I think they taste like real spring rolls.
They look like it. Like considering
Yeah?
because raw vegan doesn't necessarily look like it, but you're saying they're small, but I think they look like spring rolls.
Yeah, but next time I will make them like double the size, so they will actually be like real sized spring rolls.
It actually looks like a deep fried spring roll.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I
amazing.
know.
You definitely nailed it. And I see Nicole's there. Hey, Nicole. So okay, that looks amazing. Let's
I mean, I'm gonna share how you made it.
Oh yeah, share how you made it. Sorry.
Yeah, so the dough is just coconut flour and psyllium powder, husk powder, because this creates a really doughy texture that you can actually form into anything. And the filling is just carrots and zucchini grated really fine and seasoned.
That's
Some chives and.
But what makes it look like deep fried?
I put some tamari on top with a bit of curry powder to make it more brown. But yeah.
You're amazing.
Yeah, let's see.
So that was after you put this curry powder after the sauce and curry powder after dehydration or before?
I put them in the dehydrator, so I mixed a bit of curry powder in my tamari sauce, and then I spread it on top, just a bit, to make the color.
Your room must smell so good.
Yeah, it smells like Asian restaurant.
Oh my. Nice.
Yeah, that's a good question. We've got Junka asking, are they crispy?
They are quite crispy, yes.
They look it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you hear when they hit the plate. So you have to tell us how they are. That's amazing. Amazing. Okay, coming back down. Kiko, have you got anything?
Okay, so I'm actually overdosed with flaxseed oil, and I have no appetite, and I almost came with nothing with me. But don't kill me. I made something very simple. I had a very successful cafe day today, so I was occupied, and after that I didn't have any creativity, so I just made a simple appetizer, like a finger food. So the base is zucchini, and then I mixed with carrots, onion, tomato, and we have something called salt koji. This is like Japanese seasoning. A lot of Japanese people use it, and this is sort of like the end of it, but kind of looks. So it's a fermented rice, and we mix with onion or salt, and I made basil salt koji, and it's fermented, and we believe it has a lot of the health benefit. So I did that, and on top, it's I don't know if you have ever seen hemp seed with the shell. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well,
What do you mean? Is there a shell? Let me Google this. A hemp seed in a shell, because it's obviously hulled, right?
Right. Yeah, it's hulled,
Yeah.
and I got it in France. It's basically, it's you
Yeah, I'm
eat the
looking at
shell.
it.
So it's not nice, as in like it's crunchy. So I just wanted to give a bit of a crunchiness.
So yeah, I can see they look different. Let me see. I can bring up a photo so people can see. Let me share the screen. Where are we here?
They look
Here.
like peppers, right?
Yeah, that's what it's looking like to me here. Share, and then one sec. Let's see if I can bring it up on the screen. Add to stage. There we go. So these type of pepper looking things, these shells, is that the hemp?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So sometimes I like to add it as like crunchiness for soup. So I added that, and then black pepper. That's just very simple.
It looks good. Are those unhulled hemp seeds very digestible, or you can only have a couple?
I sometimes add it in my smoothies. I don't add too much, but I don't see, because I don't think it's meant to eat so much. I feel. I don't know. Lila, have you tried it?
I have eaten it. The first time I had hemp cheese was this, and I put it on my porridge or smoothie bowl or something, just on top. And I just bit them, like chew them. It was fine, but they are quite hard.
Yeah.
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 Because hulled hemp seeds quite soft. That's all I was thinking. So
Yeah. Oh, it has nothing to do with like it's bitter. It's more bitter than the regular hemp seeds, like unhulled. No, hulled. Yeah. It's not soft. It's crunchy. So I usually on soup.
cool. I'm just checking about the magnesium there. There's a question, is there high in magnesium? If they're hemp seed, it says it's a great source. It's kind of diverted. I'm saying hemp seed in a shell, but it just keeps saying hemp seed is higher. Is it better to eat the shelled hemp? Hemp seeds still have a hard out shell, whereas shelled hemp seeds have shell removed. Much better for digestion. Hemp seed hearts and shelled hemp seeds are the same. Oh, we know that. They're the same thing. I would have to dig deeper into that. It's not giving me a quick result. I'd have to have a little chat with GTP. Yes, but when it's high in omega-3, but it's balanced, it's still out of balance with omega-6, like it's got a higher amount of omega-6, and I'm nothing wrong with that. It's a great seed, amazing things with it. We always just like to be mindful that to keep omega-3s higher than omega-6s. So I'll pull you off. Aren't they high in? So first off, Amelia, I think is how you pronounce your name. Hello. Is this diet great? A great diet for someone who's a diabetic? Of course, it's a great diet for anyone who's got disease going on. And just also be very mindful that we aren't doctors, so we're not giving out medical advice here. And also, diabetes is different if it's type 1 or type 2 as well, how it gets approached. So that's just something to be mindful of. But everyone here, there's not a disease I have not seen this diet heal. So yeah. Okay, that looked amazing, Keiko. Amazing.
Yeah, it looks like a restaurant dish because you own a restaurant. You can clearly see.
I don't know. I had no inspiration, but okay, something quick to make.
Something inspired you. It looked amazing. Can I ask you, Keiko,
Yeah.
if you ever got busy enough, would you do that full time?
No, never. You know,
No.
I don't do any raw vegan thing as a business. Someone actually asked me because I'm doing a lot of YouTube nowadays, and they all thought that I was in for money or like future making business making. Like, this is my pure hobby. Like, I do it when I feel like it, and cafe is a lot of work. I cannot imagine just staying here. I like doing quite a few things at the same time. So.
Yeah. Okay, Wendy. You're up. Did you bring something or did you drop it, or you show us where you're at?
Okay, I show you where I'm at. Okay, so hello, I am going on a biking holiday with 2 kids. And I was supposed to leave yesterday, but due to some bike, I am still here. But I will show you some things that was actually already on the packing table over there that I just took here. So this is my preparation plate.
Wow, look at that.
Nice.
Ready? That is this one.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
So these little wraps are actually like sometimes I make wraps or a dish and then I have leftovers. And in the evening, I don't like to keep them in the fridge. So in this case, I had black currants, like they're grown in the garden. And I wasn't sure I was going to keep them the next day. I got eaten a lot already fresh. They're more in the fresh outside. So what I did, I blended them with some grapes and just a little bit of flaxseed, and they became mini wraps. So I've been keeping that in a bag. So they're coming with me. Let me see where the bag is. Oh, there's the bag. So I just put them in these Ziploc bags. I know plastic's not the best, but it does keep it fresh and keep all bugs out. So sometimes they really fail and they come in little pieces like that. But I actually this time made smaller pieces because my toddler can just get a piece like that. And then I just cut a little bit of avocado on it and some cabbage for my plate. I know it's really tiny, yeah, but this is what
I love that type of stuff.
And this is the appetizer that we make. So then I have a little beetroot, just goes on top.
Oh, wow.
And you just roll it like that. And you have a mini wrap. And it's so nice because you can just give that to the kids. And so this is actually my plan also during the trip. So this is a pointy cabbage. I was kind of hoping it to hold it like that. So I don't know if we can do it like that. La, la, la. So this is a pointy cabbage. So that's this. So this is just, I cut it like that. So that's a pointy cabbage.
What does pointy cabbage mean? Is that like a type of cabbage?
Yeah, it's a cabbage that's pointy. It's a point.
What do you mean?
Okay.
You mean it's
like this.
Okay, I'll get it.
You lost me. I've never heard of this.
So I cut off the point.
Oh, okay. It's not actually like, okay. You cut off the point.
It's a point. It's not round.
Right.
So I just crazy with on the road. You just take it, you buy it like this, and you just put the plastic backwards. So you make it like that. Then I
love it.
And it comes back in the bike bag. You don't need the fridge for that for 3 days. So it's cool.
A pointy cabbage. I get it. I see it.
Yeah, so it's a pointy cabbage. And then I have also what I put on it is a slice of fresh apple. So this is the one that I'm making. I was specially keeping it for you guys. So this is the one that I'm making. And we were talking about the chia before. So this is my soaked chia. This is a piece of apple. Here's some avocado. And then last but not least, I put a little bit of lamb's lettuce. And then, of course, the beetroot. So I'll be adding a little bit more than what I'm showing you on the video. And this, this will be mine. So this will be my little appetizer. And sometimes they stay and sometimes they don't stay. And that's where these sticks come in. Yeah. And I also have one without sesames on the back. So, la 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 la. And they don't, I mean, they're not perfectly straight and pretty, but they don't have to be, because I think it gives this kind of
Rustic.
cute shape. Like it doesn't, I don't like it when everything is always perfectly straight and rectangular. It's, I don't know, I think it gives a more natural look to it. I think it looks really cute.
We call it rustic.
Rustic. Yeah.
Rust, like edgy, like a bit rough, but like still like trendy. It's rustic.
And we were talking about omega fats before. And so you were talking about how to get in more chia and flax. Well, this is our way to do it.
100%.
To
100% amazing. Right.
And then in the end, my plate looks like this.
Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that.
Beautiful. Lila, you're muted there if you want to unmute. There you are.
I got some space here for something else, and I will add a dot of this, which is my paste. And it's basil this time. That will probably also come on the road because I made a lot yesterday. It's basil with pumpkin seed, some grapes, and a little bit of hemp because it was too wet. So, ta-da!
That's amazing. I'm so impressed.
And then I serve that like that for the three of us. So a date each, some dried apples, some dried bananas, these little wraps, and a paste. And when we're at home, it comes like that. And when we're on the road, it will probably be a melamine plastic plate. So we will eat like that.
That's amazing. So there's some people, Janka has said she also calls it, or they call it a point cabbage. In my whole life, I've never heard of this. So this is very interesting to me. Sorry, go for it.
Really sweet. Like it's really, they have purple ones, green, white, like light green, like this. And they're really sweet compared to like green cabbage or red cabbage or white or andivy or any kind of other cabbages. These are
look
easier on digestion, I think. It was one of the first ones that I could digest. And we were talking earlier about having trouble with cruciferous. Yes. I always have a trouble pronouncing this. Cruciferous vegetables. Like the first time I tried a little bit of just baby kale, I was in so much pain the next day. I was in so much pain. I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of my bed. I was like, oh my God, I'm never eating this ever again. But after a year and a half, I tried it again, and I started with these kind of things and just added a few here and there. And I built it up slowly, and now I've almost 10 years raw. And during pregnancy, I was craving this stuff. Like I was craving green vegetables and anything. Cabbage was wonderful for me, so I ate it a lot. Not also raw, like steamed. I did a lot of steamed Brussels sprouts, like crazy amounts. But I think it was really, really good. So sometimes you just need to build it up and maybe go back and forth a little bit to see where you're at and feel where you're going with your food.
100%.
Yeah.
So
I think those mini wraps are clever. Like you could serve them in parties or as an appetizer. I've never thought of that. You could fill them with different flavors and everything. Mini wraps. Awesome.
Yeah. And you can give them to kids, this stuff. Like just,
Yeah.
You
I
know,
just make them little like that. I put them on the plate and, and even if friends come by, they walk by and they all take it. And these parents are, my kids don't want to eat the vegetables. They don't eat vegetables. And when they're at my place, like I put this on the table and then somehow it all disappears and it's full of vegetables. So I don't see why these kids wouldn't eat it. I never have a problem with my kid eating vegetables. Yeah, they do have a preference. Like if there is really good grapes and next to it is broccoli, they most likely go for the grapes. But then I noticed that when all the sweet stuff is finished, automatically they're drawn to the greens. Like I think it's more natural.
interesting.
Yeah. So what else can I share with you?
So there's some questions here. There's some questions. So I will. They're not in order. I'm going to back them so that we can do it this way. So they're black currant wraps. So do you want to explain again how you made the wraps?
Well, I take leftover black currants with some grapes, also blue ones, and just blend it. And a teeny amount of flax, like a teeny. If you want to have them really strong, good wraps, like these ones, where you want to have them big, I always add psyllium husk. And yeah, I have a measurement here for half a cup. But yeah, if you really feel you need a strong wrap where you can put things in and it's liquid inside and you carry it along all day, you really want to add more psyllium because it makes it really super strong. But when we're at home and they are with holes in them and you can just easily tear them like that, it's more like fruit leather than that it is a big wrap. I prefer that because it's less chewing, easier for the kids. That's so. If I think this is good when it fails, but for the taste, black currants and grapes, it makes it super sweet. And then you simply add on this one that doesn't have sesame seeds. I actually added some beetroots, just like that. So I think you have to experiment. If it tastes good in the blender, it also tastes good when it comes out the dehydrated.
That's how I do it too. Is like some people are like, oh, I don't know if it's going to taste good after dehydration. I'm like, make sure it tastes good before dehydration. Make sure it's not going to change.
Yeah. So if it tastes good, then it will taste good after. And beetroot, like it's all blue and black. And this, I love that because it's so supportive for your kidneys, for your adrenals. So these black currants, they're called ribes nigrem here. Like this is something any naturopath or even orthomolecular therapist will advise to people with chronic fatigue or let's say burnout, chronic Lyme, like anything where people are completely depleted. But it's not like you have a certain condition on a certain organ. They would recommend you to get ribes nigrem, like eat it, get powder, get tincture, and then like 3 to 5 times a day. So my best solution was to get black currants in my garden and blueberries as well, and just start eating them and using them in several different ways in order to help with my health. And guess what? It tastes amazing. So like who doesn't like berries like I do?
I love berries.
And they're not sour. Like everybody's like, it's sour. I said, yeah, because the one that they have in the supermarket are picked last week and they cannot be ripe, because if they would be ripe, they wouldn't last the transport and stay in the supermarket box for a week. So if you pick them, you put them in a box and then in the fridge, easy to keep them for a week. But that's not what they do in the industrial big farms for the supermarkets. So you really want to have a look at somebody that grows them locally, and we are lucky to have that. I served 3.5 kilos at the Dutch Fruit Festival last week. And
Wow.
what is it? Like, you have to have this. It's so delicious. It's healing. Like, this is health for you guys. This is not just a party for people to come together to eat raw food and a lot of fruit together. No, I want to actually show you how you can sustain your health and improve your health. Like, not only enjoy the delicious food, which we will do as well. And yeah, the people that own the farm came to the festival now for the first time. That's so cool. After 6 years. So now they were coming and to try we make nice cream, to try the nice cream with their berry sauce, because they don't eat their berries. And they're like, okay, because they gave them to me because they don't know what to do with it. How crazy is that?
That is definitely crazy. I'm just going to bring up on here because I've only ever seen black currants dried. And
do you want to see them? I think I got some more.
Okay, yeah, I just brought up some photos for some people because I've only known them as like looking like currants, really, just or raisins, looking like that. But they're like plump berries. They look so rich in antioxidants. It's insane. So I always think that like anthocyanins that are in blueberries look amazing, but then look at that. That's just next level.
Yeah. And well, I have a downside that these were frozen and now thawed, so they're not so pretty anymore. Like, there's water in it.
Oh, that looks good. Wow.
But yeah, I'll be using them today. So it's just round, cute berry with. You can notice that there's quite a big spot. You see, so you can recognize them because they come on the sticks. And if you keep them, you have to keep them on the stick. Otherwise, there comes a hole in it, and then they go bad. So, and then where the flower was, that's the big spot on the bottom. You see that?
Yeah.
So they like kind of like blueberries.
They are way better than blueberries.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never tried.
Yeah. You have to think like, I want to heal adrenals. I want to get rid of fatigue. Not only think about vitamin B and things like that and vitamin D, but think beetroot, think black currants, think blueberries. That's what you want to do. And these have such high concentration of resveratrol that will really support your system. So yeah, that's why. And then, like, now I ate one, I just want to eat the box. And normally when these red currants, people complain like, they're sour, they're decorative. Like, no way, they're just so delicious. But you get very blue hands and it doesn't come off.
So you caught red-handed or blue-handed or black-handed. I don't know what to say. There's lots of color going on, right?
I had this once. Somebody was complaining. My kid was like, what's wrong with his hands? They're all like red and bluish. And, like, is he sick? Is he cold? Like, no, we ate a bunch of berries.
Oh, that would have been scary. That would have been scary.
No, it just looked like this.
That's what you can't see. You haven't eaten enough yet. You have to eat enough.
Oh, I have to eat more.
You keep eating. You just keep eating. Oh, there, you can see it there.
Yeah, it doesn't come off. Even if you wash like really good, it comes inside.
So how long can you store those wraps for?
These wraps?
Yes. How long can you store the wraps for?
That's a very good question. I've never kept them longer than 6 months, but I think that's way too long.
6 months.
6 months.
It in the fridge.
No, but don't try. That was not really the plan. This just was just a bag with them in the cabinet, and I made them end of the summer, and then I found some bag. I was like, when did I make these? Like, oh my god, that's 6 months.
Wow.
And they looked just the same, and tried it, and I was like, okay. But these ones that I have in my hand, like this one will probably last that long, but this one not. And you have to have the experience. Like I would not recommend anybody to plan to keep it for so long. Like maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I wouldn't keep it that long. And if they are still a little bit like very flexible, let's say these aren't very hard. They're more like paper.
Yeah.
You can keep it. But if they're very flexible, it means there's more liquid inside. So it's harder to keep. And it's more likely to go bad. And you have to make sure it's really dry and vacuum closed. So I use these bags, but I do take like a new bag and I just completely seal the bag that there's no air in it. And it has to be dry. So if it's raining during that day and I know that the humidity is high in the house, or you live in a tropical rainforest, I wouldn't keep them for a week. I would just eat them in the next days that I made them. Like maybe in the next 3 to 5 days, if I made 5, I would eat 5 in a row. So
freeze them?
Sorry?
When people freeze them, just say they make 10 and they want to use 4 and they want to freeze 6. Can you freeze them?
Yeah, you can freeze them, but make sure that the bag is really sealed, like 100%. You really want to do that. Otherwise, it'll just attract water. So yeah, froze it. Yeah. But okay. I also noticed that after a couple of weeks, it's already attracting moist. Like even, I don't know, even the bag, or if you open the drawer too much or something like that. So I think it's doable, but I would also not keep it too long. I would just keep it dry, and it is dry food basically. And crackers, on the other hand, I had one time that I didn't like the taste. I think I kept them over a year. And
I knew that was coming. I always thought you were going to say, I've been raw vegan 10 years. I just kept it 10 years.
No, that doesn't happen. I do have to throw away some stuff. I do have herbs that I still look at the jar and I'm thinking, okay, now it's time to buy some new ones. But I don't use it. So it's just like, oh, I have this jar. I look at it all the time. I never use this. I just throw it out.
Okay. So there we go.
This is more like a joke. And
then if I ever make it to the Dutch Fruit Festival, I promise you'll only be eating fresh because I won't know how long you've kept the food.
No, don't worry. That will be just made 3 or 4 days before the festival.
They look good there. There's mangoes.
So these are some that were left over from the festival because they were actually fly-in mango, but they were rock hard. And now they're edible. And they're really, for fly-in mangoes bad, but for mango, they're really good. So we will be having, with our appetizer, we will be having a beautiful, soft mango like this each. Yeah, because I think that we all deserve good, fresh fruits as well. And we also need the liquid. And we will also be drinking some water with this because we do not want to live on dry fruit only. And then after that, I will maybe roll up these into big wraps just with some bags of lettuce that we bought on the same day. And that's going to be a meal for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that looks so good.
So for people watching, I just want to make sure that if you make some of this stuff, just make sure like maximum 3 months is what you do. Like otherwise you will never eat it. You forget about it like me. I would really dry food. Yeah, why would you keep it for months? You just can make new ones.
Nothing.
Also, one note that if you put flax seeds or chia seeds in it, it gets rancid over time.
Yeah, it can get, yeah. These are with psyllium. That's why I said these are with psyllium. That's why I said. And I add a lot of dry powder at the end. So I have my wet place, my wet stuff, and then I add all the like spices and herbs. So I buy, when I buy paprika powder, I buy a kilo bag.
Wow.
And I also dry parsley. So that's like, it grows here so much, and rosemary, that we just dry it and then pulverize it. And I just keep adding it to my bowl until the paste is like super dry. And then I add some psyllium too. It's a very different technique than the ones you see recently from Melissa, maybe. She makes them really thick, and they're very juicy, and the texture is completely different. I make these wraps as thin as possible, as dry as possible, in order to keep them, because I want to be able to make a wrap in the morning, wrap it up in some foil or plastic, and then take it with me hiking or biking. And when I open my lunchbox, I want it to be edible and holdable still. That's why I do that. So when I'm at home, I prefer the more thick. You see, these are way thick. They have a better texture. And this one is completely flax based, and it's also pliable, you see? But it's double the thickness of these. Like, this is so thin. This is super thin.
Sure.
I can almost see you. I don't know. Like, I know you cannot see that.
A little bit of depth there.
Yeah, these are way thinner. So there's just different kind of ways to do. And I love to add rosemary to it, dried rosemary and dried parsley, because this will also, like, I love the rosemary just, because of the helping with the blood flow, and parsley is also helping awesome with your kidneys and your adrenals, and it's got some, it's green. So I think that way you can just put some health in your meal. You don't notice it going bad. The taste is going down. Actually, I think it improves the taste as long as you mix the right things together.
That's right. And that just comes as well over time, right? As a raw foodist, you will learn the flavors you like. You will have different fruits available around you. Like, some people make those sort of things with mango based, because especially in Australia, we get a lot of mangoes, especially by the end of summer. I've seen people do them with like mangoes and bell peppers and all sorts of things. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Do you
Yeah,
get
the red
mango?
one is only paprika, so bell pepper, tomato, mango.
Mm.
Wow.
Paprika powder a lot.
I have a 2-ingredient wrap, which is just chia and bell peppers. It's just simple. I do it that way when I hand out recipes, because I'm like, guys, just add what you want to it. Like, people want to know how they get a basic wrap, and then you can add your paprika and your turmeric and a bit of mango if you want to. But people always seem to feel so overwhelmed. But
How much chia do you use? Only chia? Do you I'm curious, because there is this dry chia that you can add your powdered chia after the end, or you just put everything in the blender and mix it up together. I think it's a lot.
I'm simple. I am like, what do people have access to? And it's usually people have chia seeds. Also, aren't chia powder, because I'm always wanting to get omega-3s. And I know that it goes rancid very quickly in powder. So 2-ingredient wraps, I'll tell you. Message me, send me a DM if you want the recipe, guys. It's 3 large bell peppers, and then you blend that up into a liquid, and then all you do is drop in the 2 tablespoons of chia seed, and you blitz that through. You do not blend that a lot. And then you pour it out into, the mold. There's also a link if you want to get the mold. It's here. I love this because I do like smaller things. Here, I'll show you. Where I've lost you guys here. Yeah. So this by Bright, is it by Bright Kitchen? And I've used these for wraps, little pizzas, and for tacos. I love it. And it's good for you, Wendy, good little for kids. So I use that, and that link is on this recipe, but it's, let me tell you guys. And that's it. It goes into the dehydrator for about 16 hours at 115. Now, that may sound like a long time, but it depends on the fruit you use, right? So capsicums are watery, so they're going to take a while. But they are very flexible, pliable mini wraps. And I do that so that hopefully people learn that can be a base for wraps, and then they can build on that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Did you say that you don't blend the chia seeds like smooth?
I blitz it through until they're combined, kind of like it's like an egg. So it's like if you keep blending it, you kind of like do too much, but you just drop them in and then like blitz it through so it looks smooth, but you don't have to overdo it. And then once it's combined and it looks okay, even if you get a few extra chia seeds in it, it doesn't really matter, like a bit chunkier. It's just don't destroy it, because then it turns out that the wraps will turn out crunchier. So my egg theory is like, if you want to add an egg, you do liquid and then just add a few bit of the chia seed, and I blitz it through, and it starts to make the egginess. And then as I'm like making the food, I find it sets it. That's that.
Okay.
I think it works the same with flax like that.
Yes,
I tend to use both. I tend to use some spoon of this and some spoon of that. Except with apple. If I do 100% apple, it's amazing with just flax.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Tastes
See,
good.
flax has a smidge more, like 10% more fat. I think chia is 35% fat and flax is like 42% fat. And what I noticed is, because I ran out of flaxseed when I was doing like more Brooke Goldner, so I was eating just chia and veggies, and you get very used to the consistency. And when I added flax back in, I realized I could really taste that fattiness. This is how I feel like I learn about foods for recipes. And so the best combo when I do like veggies with flax and chia on it, when I'm eating that simply, is 50/50 ratio. I really like the 50/50 ratio, but a lot of the times people don't want to fluff around with recipes. They're like, Sky, can I just have simple? And I'm like, well, here's your simple. And if people want complex, you can put whatever you want in it. It's not going to be huge change.
So my mini berry wraps, they don't have that. So that's why I was making the chia jelly and then spreading it afterwards, because taking it with on a road trip is also easy to have these small ones and then dry chia seeds with, and then using the chia jelly as a spread to glue the vegetables inside, so that then when I roll it fall out.
I like that. It makes a good jam, right? I've got a couple recipes that have tomato dates. You blend that up and then drop the chia seeds in and blitz it through, and it creates a jam instantly to just spread on things. It's not, too difficult. A savory jam. I think I put a bit of chili in that recipe too, but the egginess, like texture wise, that gooiness, that stickiness. All right. Okay, let me show you what I bought.
Yay!
Okay, my camera looks a bit like, I have been on a lot today, so maybe it got a little.
Looks like you're in a cloud. Oh, no, it's better.
It's in a cloud. I like it. Let me bring this over so you guys can actually see it face down. Move this back. So if you're joining and you want the full recipe, I've already written this recipe up and I just did a live for it on YouTube. So you can go watch me make it. So what I did was, what I was craving was, these are sunflower seed and carrot, spring onion and fresh garlic is the middle bit. And I was going to put herbs through that, but I decided to roll them up with fresh herbs like fresh dill, chives, coriander, anything like that. Also, when I made the mix, there's a little bit of lemon in that too to bind it a little bit more. I would like the acid flavor. And this dipping sauce, so I wanted to make on my live, I wanted to make tahini in my food processor, but it broke. I am going to get it fixed, but for now it's broken. So I had to make, I used nama shoyu. I used nama shoyu, I used sesame seeds, and I used some dates, and that's the dipping sauce.
Looks good. I know those mini sushi rolls are really good.
Good appetizer.
That's so funny. Everyone actually pretty much wrote the wrap, except me. I just had different thing, but
True.
That is true.
but you know, everything in the wrap is just so it just tastes. It just make it taste so good, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
you know, Wendy, what you were saying about kids, like my husband doesn't like to eat a huge portion of salad, but when I wrap it, like there's much more veggie inside, but he's like he doesn't like cabbage. But when I put it in the wrap, he's like, "Oh, this was so good," and he would finish everything. And I like
Yeah.
that method of small ones. That's very clever because when I do the big one, it's like it's a lot of work, and if I can do the small pieces, I can just put it in front of him and let him just kind of roll it up, right? Oh, Lida, can you
I'm trying now, Liz.
There's Yin.
show me?
Yin said hi. She's watching it from the airport while munching on fruit. Hey, Yin, we miss you.
Hi, Russia.
These are really, really good. But I think when I make them bigger, it's even better because now it's like a bit too dry.
Oh.
And if I put more filling, it's more moist. The taste is really good. I will share the recipe for you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
do that.
You don't add anything else. It's just coconut and what else you said you added?
The dough is just coconut flour and psyllium husk powder.
Oh, you did add
So
that.
easy.
Do you need to add the psyllium husk for coconut powder? Coconut powder is it becomes because today in my cafe I made a coconut wrap for my customers, and yeah, you don't have to add like psyllium husk or chia.
Did you use coconut flour or fresh coconut?
Fresh coconut, yeah. So
That's different because you can get it like really, really smooth.
Hey, let me bring you up on the main screen, Kiko, so people can.
And it has fat, more fat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go for it.
I served
Wow.
with coconut wrap with what you see on the side is natto, the homemade natto.
Oh, you're a legend. Is that
I need to come to your restaurant.
Yeah, I really enjoy making my own natto, and I mixed it with basil. That went really good. I like changing the flavor, so that was really good.
Kiko, can you explain what is natto?
Natto, so it's a fermented soybean. I shared it on my YouTube channel how to make it. Very simple. You just need to maintain the temperature and sanitize. Yeah, but it's an ancient food. In Japan, we've been eating it for a long period of time, and it's like, yeah, a lot of Japanese people eat it because it's healthy, and it's very cheap to buy.
Okay, I don't think it's very common here. You mean these edamame beans, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're really hard to get here. Like it's not common. We have all these cabbages here, you know.
It's because when I was living in France, like in Paris, I can get it easily. Like
Paris is a world city. I'm sure some store in Amsterdam will sell it permanently as well. But I don't want to sit in the car for an hour and a half to go to Amsterdam or a train either.
make it on your own. It's much better to make it on your own, and it's kind of fun. For me, that's because I don't like sprouted beans. Like, I don't like the taste of sprouted beans. So when I make sprouted beans, like I put it in a patty, or I cover that taste. And natto is a way for me to be able to eat every day. So it's satiating, and I don't know. Lila, have you eaten natto?
I haven't, but I know what it is. I know it smells and tastes horrible to people who have never tried. But it has vitamin K too, which is
Yeah,
rare in foods.
yeah, yeah. It's excellent for blood circulation, or like for people who has blood clots. It's excellent, yeah, and it's great for muscle, the bone density, I think. And there are a lot of study going on, and it's one of the reasons. Even though it's an acquired taste, it's becoming more and more popular over outside of Japan.
Mm. I think I'll prefer sauerkraut.
Does sauerkraut has K2?
Yeah, I think so. That was the whole point of the sauerkraut, I believe. I could be mistaken, but yeah.
Let me say.
Yeah, let me check.
Yeah.
And isn't it not really in the sauerkraut, but it's in the bacteria that releases?
Yeah, I
gas?
think all leafy greens are supposed to have vitamin K, but I don't know if it's K too. But yeah, it is super important for the blood clotting, or actually for somebody to have less blood clotting if they have an issue with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
says sauerkraut can be a beneficial source of K2, and the amount may vary, and that would be due to the bacteria.
Mm. Well, in October they will be throwing at us all these cabbages, so it will be sauerkraut time, or kimchi, or whatever you call it. I would just ferment it all like sauerkraut. But would natto taste something like that?
No, it's very different. Oh, to be honest, I didn't like the taste. It's kind of like the bean itself. It's bitter. There's a smell to it, and I think that's why many French people like it, because the French cheese. I mean, Japanese cheese. So
Yeah. I'm think I'm gonna go with Lila's experience and just leave it for what it is. And she's from Finland, and I'm in the Netherlands. That does not come so far.
yeah, I think for me the natto, it's only so the recommended amount of natto per day is 40 grams. So it's very tiny. I mean, it's not that much, but with
Yeah.
a small portion of natto, it keeps me satiated. Because before I had to eat the whole bowl of salad to keep me satiated, and then after eating it, I still feel hungry. So I ended up adding more like nuts, like walnuts or hemp seeds. Then my omega-3 and 6 balance is off. And so yeah, for now I'm very happy. Like my husband and we both eat it every day, and we are changing the flavor. You can actually kimchi and natto is a very popular mix in Japan.
Mm.
Yeah, you can do also shiso or ginger, miyoga ginger. There's so many ways to season it.
I can't wait to come visit you, Kiko, and eat all this food they're talking about.
Yeah,
Sharing all these new foods. For me, it's all new food.
yeah.
Thank you
This
so
is
much.
great, right? That we get to know so many different dishes from around the world.
Mhm.
Every week, like every month, I'm learning something new.
That's what I get. I come to these parties and never expect. Like I expect we've all got food and we're going to show it off, and then all of a sudden we get talking, and there's these little like details and little ways to make food and little things from their culture, and it's just priceless. And it's like and I feel like you've got to be in it, like, because even like when we do the bundles, because we get on specific topics, it's very topic driven, whereas this is very like you're in your kitchen. This is Wendy's like, I make these little pieces, and like everyone's got such different talents as well. And I love seeing that. So I also saw Junker said, was that your new camera, Sky? So I got a vlogging camera. I did post a video with it and the sound was terrible. I'm really over anxious about it because there's a phone is like shoot and go, shoot and go, shoot and go. This has like even the gimbal, it tracks, and I've been so busy I need to sit down with it. So no, to answer your question, this is just my phone. My fallen apart.
I get you, Sky. I have a gimbal too, and I have it for 3 years, and it's 99.99% in the box. I think I let the kids play with it from now on because I don't know what to do with. And then it sets it at you, and it goes like that. So I'm just using
so many parts to it. Like I am not even kidding here. Let me just give you an example of, because the guy's like, I got a really expensive. I didn't buy a new camera for YouTubing until I knew I could afford it, because I know with a camera there's so much to it. So this isn't even the camera. This is the gimbal.
Oh,
and then there's this part too, and there might be more parts on the floor there. So when you say in the box, mine, I pulled out Heidi, looked at it, who's a camera expert. She goes, well, we'll get someone else to help us with that one. And this needs to, I think, be charged, and there's a little tracker somewhere. And this, as I said, this isn't even the camera. The camera I got working, but the sound was a bit funny. But tomorrow after the Women's Health podcast, I've got time because, Wednesday I try to take off. And so I will sit with it because I want to vlog again. I want to vlog and, yeah.
Let me know when it works. I got the same thing from Gigi. So if you know how it works, then
oh, you've got the same one. So I got this camera. This is the camera, guys.
Yeah, that I don't have, but the other one, the setup. Yeah, awesome.
So that is that I feel okay with. Like I can push 3 buttons, and there's probably 20 billion buttons. But we've got to start somewhere. And we did that, and I got it going, and I've got the SD card in, and I've got it charged, and I used it. The microphone connected. It was a bit funny, but my plan is to vlog a lot more while I'm out and about. So I just need to sit with that. So it looks like a sci-fi monster. It so does. It definitely does. Raw Chef Yena said I eat natto daily too. She puts it on top of her daily salads. I didn't know that. Maybe I did. I look a lot at yin salads. I know a yin salad. Like, you know how you know people's when they come up?
Yeah.
I know whose food's coming up.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to update Raw Chef Yen because she was asking how natto interact with other fermented foods. And I started making soy yogurt. Homemade soy yogurt, and it's working well.
We're gonna go.
I'm just gonna mute Wendy for a second. Sorry.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go?
Yeah, I gotta go. Kids back.
No, but it's okay.
Okay.
I gotta.
Thank you. You shared a lot.
Thank you, Wendy. That was lovely.
Safe trip.
Thank you too. See you next month.
Yes. Bye.
Bye bye.
Have a safe trip.
There we go. It's just us, and we're not even from Europe. Can you adopt us for the night?
I'm like, any party that Sky is hosting, I'm hopping on.
Oh, good. Good. I'm here on behalf of Europe.
What happened to Lila?
I don't know. She disappeared. Look, I think sometimes things just happen. It could be technology. She had to go.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Popping and like maybe some technical issues because she disappeared. So I was saying I wanted to update Raw Chef Yen because she was concerned. She wanted to try homemade natto, but because she makes so many different kind of fermented food, she was hesitant doing it. So if Raw Chef Yen or anyone wants to make natto in a machine, so a lot of people make fermented food in a machine like a thermal that you can keep the temperature in a certain temperature for a certain period of time, and yeah, natto is very important to keep the temperature stable for about 24 hours. So if you use a machine, you apparently you need to have a dedicated machine for just natto, because natto would take over any other. Natto is so strong that it would take over any other one. For me, I'm using it a very natural way. So it's hot enough here in Kyoto. So I leave it outside in the sun during the day. And at night, I just bring it to my attic, which is also quite hot during the night. So then it's been successful. So yeah, I hope that answers Raw Chef Yen's concern and question.
So I have a question. Can you make raw tempeh?
Yeah. Yes, you can. But you know, I'm not sure if it's. No, I did search before. Apparently, I think if it's fresh, homemade one, you could eat it raw. But what I saw on the internet is they recommend cooking, at least cooking a little bit for tempeh. So
Right.
I don't.
I remember having this conversation with Daniel. I remember a raw vegan a while back posted something about raw tempeh, and I was really new to the community. So I was like, he's like, yes, you can do it. But I remember, I don't know whether this is cooked or not. It probably was. But back when I was younger and I was put on like basically like diets to help with my health, I never really got into tofu, but I would love getting tempeh that I think had been marinated and just chop it up in the salad. I don't remember actually cooking it. Maybe that was my problem.
Oh.
Soybeans to be cooked. She's made it with, here we go. Raw Chef Yin has said, soybeans need to be cooked, so technically not raw, but I've made it with raw pumpkin seeds. Interesting.
Pumpkin seeds. Tempeh, that's interesting. Yeah, so tempeh and natto, it's pretty much, I mean, you have to cook the soy. So it's not raw, but it's fermented. Yeah. And apparently it's very easy to make tempeh. I've never made tempeh, but I think what I wanted to say is that can you eat tempeh, you know, not raw but fermented? But what I learned on the internet is that you should cook it, unless it's like really, really fresh. But I heard that it's risky without adding heat, you know, after being fermented. So yeah, and then I don't really care for tempeh. Tempeh doesn't have that much taste. You have to really marinate it. So
right. Okay. So before I get, there's interesting questions here. So first, let me back this up here. So also, I want to say something about the cooked. Like miso is technically not raw, and neither is what are you talking about here? What have you got? What soybeans have you got there?
Soybean?
What have you got? Natto, right? But they're called, like, I call them zombie food. So they're re-alive from the bacteria. So it's like they're living foods. Luke calls
zombie food?
zombie food, back from the dead. It's like
That's a horrible name. Take that back.
People can't unsee this now.
Take that back. That's a disrespect for natto.
Also, by the way, how how, oh gosh, I keep having mental like how Kiko and I are talking now. This is how we talk off camera, and we're always like, we should turn the camera on because we don't stop laughing. We say
It's
things.
first. Honestly, when we talk like back and forth, like my husband has like no idea. Like he's just behind me. He must think that we are so. Yeah, is she on drug?
And then Kiko to her husband explains, and she goes, I don't have to explain to Sky. Sky gets it.
Right.
Like things where I'm all crazy. She just understands it. I don't make sense.
Oh, Sachi is there. Okay, so Sachi, that's it's very good that she mentioned. Sachi actually made the miso, raw miso. She
Oh,
succeeded here, which means that she didn't cook the cook the soybean. She sprouted it and made a natto with it, and she said it was completely different, like crunchier, and she loved it.
Oh, it's so funny. Wendy said we're still here in the other chat. Does she want to be here? I don't know. Do you want to be here, Wendy? I can see. Hang on. So she's in the background here. She's backstage, probably listening to our jokes. Do you want to be?
Sachi said, "Do you think you can make raw natto? I made raw miso, but the texture is different still. I love it though. I mean, okay, so natto, I mean, probably Sachi probably can make the raw natto, but
Yeah, we're laughing at your jokes. Sorry.
The sad thing is they're not jokes. That's just how Kiko and I are.
yeah, we were saying that we do like our private conversation online.
This is it, guys. Getting it here first.
Yeah, but yeah, I let Sachi do the raw natto because I'm pretty sure you can do that. I don't know. It will be crunchier. And another thing which is important is that when you do natto, you have to cook the
Kiko's
soybean
gone.
well. Oh, can you hear? Is it mine?
Oh, or did I go?
Oh, I think you are frozen.
Oh my God, I'm sitting here going, Kiko and Wendy are both frozen. And then after a few seconds, I went, well, I'm guessing it's probably me. I don't think they're frozen at the exact same time. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so anyway, I was saying that that natto bacteria has to go all the way in from what I understood. So I don't know. I let Sachi try if she's up to it. I don't want to try it.
So there's also we have to remember, and I speak about it like this, that we are our bacteria, those trillions of bacteria. And what these zombie foods do or fermented foods, is they have a whole lot of bacteria that can help populate and control other amounts of bacteria. And then those bacteria let off, you can call them nutrients, but gases. And those gases the body uses, and we can get a lot of nutrients from that. And you never want to limit yourself. Like I've been there, where I don't think things are working on a raw diet, but I've ended up on just grapes and watermelon because I'm like trying to go higher and lighter. And I've worked out that to be sturdy on this earth, like you can call it grounded, but be denser to be protected, I need denser foods. Now, having mast cell activation syndrome, I go through stages, and I know when my gut isn't good because I crave fermented foods, but I can't get them in because I get a histamine reaction. Because high histamine foods are fermented foods. But as I saw Dr. Brugolna talk about how she's like, if you have gut issues, use probiotics. And then once your gut has stabilized, to keep a gut healthy, you use like fermented foods, like your apple cider vinegars, your sauerkrauts, your kimchi, your natto, your tempeh if you want. And I think in the raw community, it's just accepted. You make your own rules. Do not let anybody put you in a box. I don't know two raw vegans that eat the same, not even in the same household. So make your own rules so you feel good. Don't think that. But it's very common that people eat fermented food.
What, Wendy? What are you eating?
A mango.
No.
I'm eating a mango. It's the last ones. Yeah, gotta now have the lunch. It's right in front of my nose. I'm feeding the kid at the same time here. She's already eaten all the dates and the apple.
So I want to talk on this because I have actually done this. So MJ said, I'm having trouble feeling full on a raw diet. I can eat 6 apples and be hungry within 15 minutes. Perhaps mono meals aren't ideal for me. So I did do this. I went through, and I talk on apples. I've got reels of what I eat in a day. I do 8 apples and I have no stomach. And then I would eat more fruit and do a big salad. And I was not doing so well. If you are doing well, then I think you feel it. But if not, I would try something. There's so many ways to do raw foods. You're best off learning a lot about different ways and see what you feel pulled towards, because I would just try and do days on apples, and that was one of the last stages before I did the watermelon and grapes and got shingles, actually.
Eat natto.
But don't be afraid of this food combining situation. So what I noticed is if I was to eat a massive half a watermelon and then I tried to have a handful of nuts, my body would go berserk. But if I got a standardized bowl, and I have no stomach, like a standard size human bowl, and put, some banana, maybe what else? Some banana, some apple, I don't know, some berries, blend that up with some chia or flax and top it with a scoop of nut butter, maybe a sprinkle of like some more fruit on top and a little bit of almonds in a standard size. I'm fine. But if I try get a massive bowl of like where I was before when I was doing lots of fruits, and then you try and transfer that over to your brain to comprehend a little chia pudding, it does not work. But that's why you see people who have flat stomachs, it's just not huge. It's just a bit of like push and pull. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I did that too. These apples, I need 10.
Wow.
But then
What's the size of apple you're talking about?
These ones?
Because apples here in Japan is pretty big.
Mine, I would have stayed a regular medium when I was doing like 8 a day.
I think they're medium.
Yeah, that's about the size I was doing.
Yeah.
Wow, you 8 of them, Sky? That's
Yes.
Yeah.
But only when I was on like a liquid diet. So when I liquid diet, that's the wrong word. A fruitarian diet, frugivore diet. So my diet consisted of no nuts, no seeds, avocado every second or third night, and my dinner was not even greens anymore. It was only zucchini, tomato. That was my like no salt, no pepper, no spice. I would do garlic. It had to be living, like fresh living. I did that for 2 years. And I feel, this is what I feel. I don't feel it was wrong, because I feel like your body knows what it's got to do. But when alarm bells start coming up, like you start questioning, like MJ is here, it really is an indication your body is starting to want to transfer into something different, a different way of doing raw foods, because there's many different ways of doing it. And I just found that at the end of, for me, I ended up with the shingles and all of that, and came out of that with juicing. But it doesn't necessarily mean it was wrong. It's that what my body needed then, because it fully believed in that then, 100%. You could not touch me. I was not changing until it started to question. And when it started to do that, I looked around and tried different things. And now I'm like, well, I couldn't do just fruits. But back then I couldn't do what I'm doing now. So it's like your body will, I feel like when we can trust that this is more than just food, like that the soul, the mind, the consciousness, everything is trying to heal itself. And the high vibrational foods will help you do that.
Yeah. And I think sprouts, like, I never believed in sprouts, but I do believe that sprouts, like beans, are important, like beans and seeds. But seeds doesn't fill me up. I don't feel full from seeds, like sprouted seeds, right? But if I were to do like sprouted chickpea, or natto is fermented, like anything bean related, that would fill me up, and I don't have to eat the whole
Interesting.
big quantity.
It's
I
so
love that access your microbiome.
Sky, that is so essential what you just said. How I think that the spiritual part that you shared, that is so important to feel where you are. Having to had a similar journey as you, that the first 3 years I was so clean on my raw, low fat, raw 80-10-10 diet, with my food combining, and I would also eat like watermelon, sweet melon, and cucumber, zucchini, tomato as dinner, which is basically all fruit.
Yep.
But it got me from being disabled to being able to go wherever I want and ride a bicycle and hike some mountain whenever I want. But at the time, then, the same as you, I felt it's time to try other things, and also curious. And there's so many different foods out there, and it's really important. I want to confirm you that it's so important for people to really try. Find out what is working for you, try something different. And consistency is important. Mono meals can help a lot, but at some point variety is also supporting your microbiome, it's supporting your happiness, it's supporting social events. You can be creative with flavors and tastes. So I hope that you could cut that little piece of film that you got and put it out there, because I think that it was an amazing summary.
So I talk about this a lot because what I believe happened in the first part of my life was you cannot not heal on my 4-year journey. So I've been raw for 4 years now with the mind, body, soul, and consciousness, right? And they all kind of start healing together. They may pull back a little bit together, but you'll feel it. You're off-centered physically, emotionally, spiritually on this journey all at once. It's what was happening before with modern medicine is everything was being attacked at the physical level only. So they take out an organ and it would just pull it back out like another problem again. The whole system, like the whole paradigm was never looked at. And what I think is so incredible about starting off a journey and building up to only fruits is essentially I wasn't here in this reality called Earth. And that is, I've been crazy. I've been in psychiatric hospitals. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you're eating only fruits, it's like floating. Like it's like you are so present, you don't have to deal with your past. You don't have to deal with old patterns. There's this period of time most people have, and I believe it's a spiritual flush where you need to stop everything for a bit. And now I am a raw foodist, but I'm dead. Like I'm back on earth. And spiritual gurus say we have to go up to learn and bring knowledge back down to earth. We can't just think we're going to ascend and ascend and ascend and float off. Like the reason we go up and people become ascended is to come back down to earth. And to be healthy, like long-term on this earth, I need the chia and the flax and the greens and a lot of the stuff I did not eat for years. But don't take away the fact that at the time I fully believed I would be fruitarian. I don't think I ever thought breatharian, but I was going to be fruitarian, and that kept me there, right? That kept me in that space to heal. But to be a podcaster and to be a health coach and to be more in touch with who I used to be, as in to do some healing to help humanity, I could not be on all fruit. I would be like Dr. Moore says, off in God's world. You just are off different dimensions until you've done it. Like MJ's saying, he really likes coconut water and watermelon, which I've been there. And there isn't but you're floating. You're like, you've got some things that just need to, appreciate all the different times. But yeah, there's definitely more than just, don't think you're just fixing something like physical.
Did you do a water fast too?
No. My only experience of water fasting was, and I think this was probably very true for it. So when they took out my stomach, I pretty much did not eat. I was on a tube of just liquid and fluids and opioids, obviously after the surgeries, for 3 months. A couple of times they did try put food in, but I brought it back up. And why I think it's very similar to a water fast is because there was no food, literally all water going through my system. The water was only going through my veins. Is afterwards, because I lost my stomach, but that wasn't my problem. My problem was the pelvic pain, was the pelvic disease. This came because they gave me medications. I got H. pylori as well. So for 10 months after I lost my stomach, I had no pelvic pain. The world was as clear as can be. Don't ever think I've seen the world as clear. It's like everything was just so alive. My digestion was like on par. Even though I'd lost my stomach was flat. And I had someone who had like a bit of SIBO my whole life. But it only lasted like people who do a water fast 10 months. So it's like, then people go back and it's about that time. My other experience is only 3 days. And then I start to get hot symptoms where I start blacking out. That's my experience. Have you done it? I know Kiko has.
Yeah.
What was your experience, Wendy?
Sorry?
What was your experience on fasting?
I went after 7 months of trying to do a juice fast. I did my fruitarian, what I just shared, 6 days a week, and then one day I would do liquids because I wanted to do a juice cleanse for my intestines, because I was thinking that would be very off since I couldn't actually digest anything else except fruits. So I started on juice, and slowly from juice I went to do the master fast. And as an energetic therapist, I have a lot of background doing a lot of different energetic experiences, and like lucid dreaming and visiting different heavens and
What?
all of these kind of things. So I was really felt really drawn to the energetic aspect of the master fast. So this is not on raw juices but on cooked juices. So
what is master fast?
It's a system from a guy named Gino, and he cooks his juice. He basically looks at the frequencies and the vibrations of whatever he's doing to heal through vibrations. So it's not really a fast as in, oh, this is the protocol with your not eating. It's a protocol on a frequency. So you have to like cook your grape juice for 11 minutes or something like that.
Wow.
I don't know why I got drawn to that, but at some point I started doing that. And I did one cooked juice and the rest raw juices. I did it exactly like he said. And then you do 1 day a week, you do a dry or water fast. So I did 1 day dry, so 24 hours, then almost a day on just water with Heal tea. This is from Dr. Robert Morse, the Heal tea. And I made my own protocol, and then 5 days of juicing. And I kept that up for 70 days.
Wow.
And at the end, I was like, just like Sky said, I was like, the last month, I was like, I don't understand why I should ever eat again. I am so happy. I have time. I have energy. I am strong. I only need 6 hours of sleep. And I was actually crazy enough gaining weight for the first time in my life.
Oh,
wow.
And I found it very interesting because I started eating less and less. But I think that my body also started holding on to that, what it needed. And that's why I gained weight. I don't know. After that, I just want to eat like more raw food and build it up and try experiment more and more. But I did in between like 2 weeks of juice here, 1 week of juice there, 3 days on water, 2 days on water, 1 day dry, 2 days water, 1 day juice, some eating. So I went back and forth a lot until I had a problem in COVID, and I went 4 days on water. And this was already after I didn't know what to do with my stomach anymore for weeks. and it was just in pain. I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink, I didn't know what to do. So I wasn't planning to do a water fast, but in the end I was just drinking water because I was feeling so thirsty and I was not feeling hungry, and anything would upset my stomach. And this was during COVID in Spain, and I was totally afraid of going to anywhere. Like, I'm not going to no hospital, you know. I'm like on this juice raw food thing for years. I no way you get me in a hospital. Like, I'd rather stay out here and, and drink water. But I can tell you that at some point I also couldn't sleep anymore, and I knew that I had to ground. I knew like all the practices, and I tried to do them all, and I was just basically meditating throughout my days. And at some point I didn't know anymore if I was meditating, dreaming, sleeping, or just hallucinating. And at some point I tried to just eat cooked tomato soup. I thought maybe if I eat some cooked food I can ground. It didn't work. That guy in the end helped me ground again. But this is where I was conscious about every little thing. I was so much enjoying birds around, like making little sounds close and far away, seeing the energies between the trees and the plants, and how all the auras and the electrolytes, how they were moving. I could just focus in and zoom in on all the different energy aspects of things around me. And for me, like, I was like, that was just to be blissed out that it is possible as a human to focus on seeing the energy of different plants. And
that's exactly what raw foods feels like.
Huh?
That's exactly what happened to me when I started to eat just fresh foods. So I've tried to explain it to people, because people say, oh, you feel light and clear. No, you don't understand. Literally, you start to step into this kingdom, like God's world, and you're describing it. You can see the energy between trees. You start to see waves sync at the same time. And remember, I was only eating fresh foods. I went from being like smoking, drinking, eating like bad food, vegan food, to just eating everything fresh. And that, what you're saying, I've never heard it described so well.
Well, I'm so happy that you heard that. So I've been able to see energies between trees as long as I can remember in my whole life, also as a child. So I could always focus on it, and then like I could do it right now, but I really have to like pay some more attention and put some effort. But I think also it's a skill to that. If you train it more, it's easier. But at that moment, it was like not like, oh, if I see it now, I really have to focus on one point of this little leaf to another one and look in between. But at that moment, it was like I could zoom in and open up and widen and just, okay, the sunrise is coming, and you see how you feel the harmony of the sunrise with the nature, and zoom into it in more, I think, way more dimensions than that we are normally living. And I felt at that moment that all humans have this capacity, and we're just not using it at all. We're getting distracted by matter, by money, by rules of society. Like, we are the desired society. What are you talking about? We could make this heaven on earth. We just have to have more people experience this at a young age and feel that this is a normal part of being human. Because if it's a normal part of being human, then we would interact differently. We would treat nature different. We would eat nature. We would eat different. So that's what I learned from actually long time ago. But at that moment, I was really happy to experience that, even though I didn't know if I wanted to go down. But I wrote I'm not a diary person, but I wrote a book full in these 4 days. Like, I wrote like crazy, because I was like, I'm getting so many downloads here. I'm gonna write it. Like, I wrote songs. Like, I couldn't even like make music, but I wrote songs. Like, I was so laughing. So can somebody learn me notes, because I have this tune in my head and it comes with words, and I don't know. I can't sing, I can't play piano or anything. Like, tell me how do I do this? So that's my experience with water fast. I don't know if the water fast came for this happened and I didn't eat. This went on afterwards as well, so it took about 2 weeks before I completely came down.
Wow.
Yeah, but I was very aware that I was high like that, and I was really conscious in everything that I did to be respectful for the people around me and write everything that I did from a place of love and respect. We thought that was because this moment was really tough time around me in COVID, and I was really doing my best to
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Really
So I hope this is not freaking people out. And if you are still here.
definitely people still here. Now, before Kiko, you share your water fasting story. What are you doing? I thought you let off gas. You're like going, waving your arms around like you're like, I don't. What happened?
Yeah, I'm doing a preparation for next week and slicing onion, and it was
All of a sudden I'm like, what is she doing? I thought you had gas.
I was crying.
No.
No, but I was listening everything that Wendy was saying. But I'm actually wondering, like, so are you following still 80-10-10, Wendy?
I'm following whatever I do today and what I don't do tomorrow, or I just go with my flow. I don't like anybody. I spend a lot of time with Dr. Graham, like a lot in the last years, and I mean, I see how he makes food. I make kind of the same food. But there's other people following 80-10-10, and they're like super strict on food combining. And I'm not anymore. And I live and I eat. And since I got pregnant, I ate a lot of other stuff, and I started make crackers again. I actually eat Brazil nuts now. They're quite tasty.
I eat that every day, two of them.
Oh, really? Well, I never was interested in that before. Actually, I don't like cashews anymore. So I got your new milky machine here. It's super cool. I'm gonna try to make some nut milk, and then try to make some cheeses from the bowl. Yeah, it's my new project.
I just
expect to see cheeses soon, right?
What was that, Sky?
I was going to say, we'll expect to see cheeses in these soon. If you're going to be cheeses, we want to see what you're doing.
Yeah, I think this Milky is a new machine here in Europe. Have you heard from it before?
Let me have a look. Me and Google are like besties right now.
Oh, I want to show you the logo. Maybe I can show you the logo. Like, let me turn around. You see that?
Oh, hang on. There's a lot of Milkies. Milky. Oh, I see how it's spelt.
Yeah.
It's spelled with Y. M-Y?
Yeah.
L-I-K. Okay. So hang on. Let me come back to us.
Yeah.
I'll show the screen if this helps anybody.
That could be high fat, right? Like if you were to do 80, like you said that you're not really following 80-10-10, but like if you are doing 80-10-10, like you have to be very mindful. Like even with Brazil nut.
Yeah, it's this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there you go, guys. It's sold out apparently on the website anyway.
Oh, they have it here. They like I mean, I don't receive any money from them or anything, but they asked me if I want to make a video and give people discount for 10%. I said, yeah, I want to do that. So I'm going to take some experiments with them.
Cool.
Does this work?
I just got it. And
if you want to learn how to get started with Milky, this is the video for you. With Milky, you can make all kinds of plant-based milk in just a few minutes. You can use basically any ingredients such as oats, nuts, rice or coconut. Today, I'm going to show you how I make oat milk with Milky. The machine Filled with 1.3 to
What's the
Sorry, guys.
that was good though, but I mean, what's the you can do it with nama juicer, right?
I just do it with a blender.
Yeah, I did it with the blender too, but now I have two people in the house that love milk, so they're gonna try to so that would be very good because they start to buy plant-based milk in the supermarket, and I don't want them to do that. So
Right.
I want to keep my teenager. Healthy. So I am doing my best to show him how you can make delicious, healthy, mostly raw food. Like before he goes to college himself and only tries to live on pasta with a sauce from the supermarket. I want to show him that there is more ways than mommy eating just mango. And yeah, I want to learn him how to have variety in his life. And I think this is still way, 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 way better than anything in a cardboard from the supermarket.
And also, when you do these things, they start to become hobbies, right? And if somebody's making plant-based milk, that's a lot better than making beer or something, right? Is we forget that when people that's another tool that gets expensive. Life is about creation, right? So, and that's just a tool to create. So it's fun. It's a hobby as well.
Yeah, I think my food is fun for me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, new project. I'm like, yeah, I never made, I don't really enjoy those cheeses so much. But when you start with it, it's awesome. And yeah, then you get creative and you can express yourself. And
Yes.
yeah, I really enjoy this. Yeah.
I do too. A lot of people, because a lot of people are like, you spend too much time in the kitchen. It's like, that makes me so happy. I get that you guys want quick recipes and I can make those too. But when I'm in my kitchen, I'm the happiest because when I look at that food, I found 2 avocados in my bag today because I bought them and I saw them and my whole heart filled up. Now that's never happened with it happens with fresh food. It doesn't happen with anything processed that's why I have so much time for food and what it does to my body. And why would I not want to be around it whenever I could? It's just more goodness inside of me. It's exciting me now.
Yeah, I have that. Oh, look this mango, look this mango, look this mango. I gotta have this mango. And people are like, right. Well, I never saw you do that over a bag of crisps.
That's right. That's right. That's right. It's
grapes.
because it's a double-edged sword. When you look at crisps, is even if the consciousness doesn't register, is part of that crisp bag has made you sick in the past, has made you not feel good about yourself in the past. And you actually take all that in, but filtered most of it out to choose to feel the high. And usually you get over the low by grabbing a Dr. Pepper. And then when that runs out, you grab something else, right? And that's the continuum. But when you look at these pure foods, it's just like looking at pure energy. And what that water fast describes at some level what I experienced when I was eating all the fresh food. And then, yes, on a juice fast, it's like you're off somewhere else as well, but you did water. So Kiko, do you want to share your water journey? Is that American?
Water fast.
Water fast.
I've done several of them, but the most recent one, I think that was how long ago? 2.5 years ago. 2 years ago. I did not like it. I actually hired a specialist, water fast specialist, and yeah, it was just horrible. I think if you're looking for some specialist, you need to make sure that this person is flexible enough and don't try to fix this person.
Hang on, I'm just going to mute. Hang on, just going to mute Wendy there. Go for it, Kiko.
Yeah. No. Yeah. This person has to be comfortable enough to say, to listen to be able to listen to you, not just, put their way of method works for everyone, because that was the approach that I had from this person. And I think, frankly, it was kind of dangerous, because I had endometriosis, and I was just bleeding after bleeding, and he just said, no, you have to keep on going. Yeah, anyway, that was
Sure.
not a nice experience. And that's why I'm actually now, I have been high raw for over 21 years. And this year, I just want to stick with fully raw, because I don't want to go yo-yoing. Because, I think what happens with this water fast, juice fast is like, people think that, okay, no, I can eat junk food, for 1 week, because, I can always do juice fast or water fast. And then including myself, I saw so many people like yo-yoing back and forth and back and forth. And I think this year I've learned that, my body is a temple, and I do not want to, trick, how do you call it? People call it treat. No. Do you have a cheat day? Like, I don't want to stay on my body. Like, my body is so sacred and so sensitive that once I do that kind of cheat day, I would have to deal for consequences for a month or 2 months on detox. So I just want to keep it more sustainable way. I do adjust my diet, but yeah.
So, sorry, I was just going to say on the back of that is what I noticed about when I healed was that I'd been missing my whole life, is that there is healing in the living. And because most of my life I'd been bedridden or in hospitals or surgeries, is you can't live. If you put me straight on a juice fast or you put me straight on a water fast and said you're going to heal, that was the same sort of torture I was already living in. I had to heal in love. And that healing in love has been continual. It may not look the same all the time, but I've never not been in a space of like some sort of raw food, some sort of health, some sort of way. And that is just continual. And I'm just loving myself more. And that I think people need to understand before they undertake any healing. It's back to that paradigm, right? Where it's like body, mind, soul, and consciousness. And there's just seeing flowers bloom and seeing waves move and being able to walk by the water and experience things and be so present from the raw foods, as opposed to be like, obviously my contrast was doctors, but anything that put me in pain was just never going to get me anywhere. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, that was good. That was good. I mean, at the end of the day, I know that some people swear by water fast. I don't, but I also know that people who went on water fast and swear by them, I've seen them going yo-yoing on, like hardcore junk food, and then, for whole entire months. And this person is saying, oh, I've already screwed up anyway, so let me do this for the entire month, even though this person is suffering. And like, I don't want to go through that torture anymore, and I don't want to see that in any other person. But I know that some people swear by it, and it, for some reason, it helped them to go on a raw vegan journey. But if I were to guess on the percentage, I would say maybe less than 5% would succeed. And don't hate me.
Of course, less than that, because not many people succeed on a raw food diet. And this isn't just my guess. I've spoken to people, what's that place, the Hippocrates Center, right? So these people go to heal disease. Very, 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 very few of them stay raw. And that they all stay connected after they leave these places. And so if it's that hard to stay raw, imagine staying raw and fasting and only raw.
Yeah.
Like the only time I get cravings that are like real intense is off the back of when I juiced or when I did lots of high fruit. And that's why I just think you have to love yourself well. We have to learn to love ourselves, like the choices we make. And that may be a water fast for somebody, but if somebody goes into it and they're suffering, that's the place we came from. Let's learn to love and nurture ourselves back to life so we can love and nurture people around us back. We can teach well.
Yeah. It was great to hear Wendy's story. I never thought that Wendy had so many, different stage of story, because I had, in my mind, Wendy's story is more like, just like 80-10-10 most of the time. And seems like, she's just doing what works, whatever, she, you know what I mean? She's listening to herself. So.
And teaching her children that too. I think that's so important. They watch her, not following anybody but herself. That, even like, as I always say, like my dad ate really healthy. It took me till I was at rock bottom to realize that he stayed healthy. Ate healthy, stayed healthy. It's always there. And I think it's amazing.
Mm.
I mean, I'm a therapist, right? So here in Netherlands, we don't have natural doctors like you have in the United States or maybe Japan or Australia. I don't know. Here, you have doctors. They study medicines, like pharmacy medicines, and everybody else is a therapist.
Right.
So thank you very much for the compliments. But for me, I never started with 80-10-10. I didn't understand what it meant until 4 years into my raw journey. I didn't knew anybody going raw. I didn't hear from anybody. I never saw anything on YouTube. Nobody told me. I just felt that I wanted to go back to nature and be like a real human. Like, would it be like if this planet was no culture and we would just be dropped here and we look at how planet Earth grows by itself and we start from there. So I put myself in this fake thing where I think, okay, this is what Earth does by itself without human interference. Now I'm a human, I'm coming here. What would I eat and how would I do it? And that's my starting point. And from there came my love for unprocessed foods. And that's how I got started. I
love
myself a deer, honestly. I'm trying to catch the deer. So I'm Dr. Robert Morse fan. This is where I started. That's my background. That's where I studied. That's where I did all the studies. And then after I started to study other people like Dr. Douglas Graham. And I did some nutritional studies here in the Netherlands, also some pharmacology, as you have to. So that's actually my background.
No, and I wanted to add that, so I was speaking about, like, I've never been to raw vegan retreat before, but I've had some, quite a few encounters of raw vegans in New York, Costa Rica, Japan, and I kept seeing people like going back and forth, and that's why I'm not a fan of water fast, dry fast, or juice fast, or whatever the fasting methods, or even just mono-meal. Mono-meal is good, I think, for certain period of time, but for like going for a month or 2 months, I've heard so many people destroying their microbiome. But having said that, I have to say that first of all, I respect whoever decides whatever they want to do, and at the end of the day, I do think that everything is perfect. Yes, it might not be good for microbiome for long term, but it's all experience, right? Like, if you don't experience it yourself, like, you would never know anyway. So I do think, if you have a calling, go for it. I'm not a fan of it. I don't think I would do it myself ever again. But like Sky and Wendy, you both did your own journey, and we learned from it. If we didn't try ourselves, we wouldn't know.
True. That's true. That is very important on this journey. So Janka's asked about cashew creams. She often uses it for dressings, but I'm not sure how long I want to store it before it goes bad. Do you guys want to say anything on that?
One day to make it, another day to eat it. That's it.
I like that. What about you, Kiko?
Yeah, the cashew I don't do anymore, but it depends on the humidity. So if you are in the humid and high temperature, it goes very bad. Like I've experienced, also like a temperature of fresh, mine could go bad like within a day. So I stopped making any kind of dressing.
Yeah. So what I noticed very quick starting off, and this is just generally with raw foods, and it may be because histamines are created in foods very quickly when they sit in the fridge, and I'm sensitive to that, is I am so adverse to anything that's even like a day old. Like if I freeze something, I can do much better, and it may just be a mass activation thing. Like that fermented taste that gets stuck in like food that's been in the fridge really bothers me. I try blend and eat, and I keep complaining on my lives because in Australia I've got the the Vitamix, the newer model, and it's got the bigger jug, and we don't have smaller jugs. Not that I could see or get in Australia. I must have a look again, but I couldn't. And everything I make has to be bigger. And then I have to freeze it basically. But I'm going to look into that more. I'm complaining about something I can definitely fix.
They're easier to clean though, right? Because they're like a bottom is wider.
Yes, and they feel maybe I'm just used to it. My mum has the older model, and it feels more like sturdy. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm going to look into this. I'm sick of making so much food. I don't need to. I just want to make smaller amounts. So I need to find. I've got a little blender, but most of the stuff I blend is so tough.
What happens when you are to freeze it? You were freezing your icing part for your birthday donuts?
Yeah, so I don't. If I freeze stuff, it's usually like I will reuse it, not my regular days of eating. It's more likely gets used at a party or something. Like it's a fun day. That's what I call my fun days, like where I can put basically any raw food I want. I put in a recipe on a fun day. And in that case, I will use frozen things that have been defrosted, like the icing, freeze donuts. But I tend not to make a habit of it because it just doesn't make me feel as good. Like the energetics of the food is completely dropped. Yeah. That's what I notice. There's just an energetic drop in food that's been frozen.
Okay, so but do you get the same effect as if you were to just keep it in the fridge? Versus,
do you mean histamine wise?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, histamine wise, it's fine as long as it's been frozen straight away. I just notice it's not so much. I don't notice it so much with that type of thing. When I notice, and I think it's because that's been flash cooked or whatever. Like when you buy frozen fruit, especially when I was in the midst of my healing journey, that stuff made me feel really unwell. But I haven't had it in a while. I'm diverging here. I wanted to ask guys, what is and I saw Tessa down there. Hey, Tessa.
Hi, Tessa.
What is going to be the theme for next month? Wendy, I feel you should have a huge input on this since you're the only European here.
We are not Europeans.
We're just impersonators.
What day?
I don't know yet. I should be traveling. So I'm going to try push these back. So I will see what day. But what should we make the theme?
I don't know. I'm good with baby food any day of the year.
Baby food.
So
baby food.
For me, everything is related to children. Nee. I feel inspireless. I'm trying to keep my baby's butt out of your video.
Okay, so Kiko, what are you thinking? Hello.
Hi, do you have any ideas what to bring for next party?
I think we've shocked her is what we've done.
Hello. Hi. What could be good for the next party?
We have harvest coming, next one. It's grape season coming, so
September, yeah. What's in season in Australia? Yeah, it should be something with your Europe. What would be good?
What about? Oh, I don't know. Usually something comes up at the parties where it's. I mean, we could do a wrap party. We've never done a wrap party.
Wrap. Didn't you? Okay. Wrap
No?
like what? Like a spring roll kind of wrap?
Oh, it can be anything. You can do a big wrap, small wrap, mini wrap.
how about traditional breakfast?
What? Sorry?
Traditional breakfast.
That's a good one.
So
I remember doing this at dinner club. Tessa wants a wrap party down there. I remember doing this at dinner club, and when I did this with Leanne, she ended up making sausages and eggs, and
I remember that.
like it was she really did well. Like there's some big shoes to fill here. So breakfast?
The traditional Japanese breakfast is with natto and rice and miso soup.
Well,
and
you've got
fish.
to eat with that. Well, no, you don't. You've got to invent fish and rice then, Kiko. You've got to do raw vegan fish and rice. That doesn't sound very nice. That's a show.
So I've got to do sandwiches then.
Oh, is that right? In Holland?
Yeah. I haven't made. I made breads from vegetables, and I always use zucchini, so it turns out green. I couldn't make it green though, so I don't know. I want to make some sandwiches in the near future again, some raw sandwiches, something that looks like it and is soft. I don't know if it's possible, but I see Daniel from like Enzyme 333. I don't know his thing.
Yes.
And he makes things that look like sandwiches.
So you know he doesn't even dehydrate that bread. He's
I've
made
no
it
idea.
live.
I don't know. Like I think I even have a book from him, but I never.
Yeah, so he will get shea, cauliflower, and what else? I think maybe coconut flour or something, and he blends it and he goes, "Yep, this is bread," and it just sits together. I don't remember.
Okay.
It's done dinner club. It was when we did a dinner club. He did it live, and he just blends it.
Okay.
I will be a grandmother in January, and I'm really curious to hear about getting the kids and babies into this. I was actually thinking, is there any reason we can't do kids' food?
I don't see any reason to do kids' food.
Because I feel like whenever I don't even have kids, I get asked about kids a lot because a lot of people are mothers, or grandmothers, or wanting to get pregnant. And I want to get kids into it, and anything you can teach me.
Yeah, that might be interesting. We have this like in Japan, we have bento box for kids that
Ooh! What did you say? What box?
bento box for kids. Like
What's bento box?
Bento box is the lunch box, and they make into like a character so that kids are more excited to eat their foods. So it becomes so that could be interesting. Yeah, that could be done in any way, right?
Okay, so here I'm being the mom. I have to be there then.
Yes, you do. You're committed.
Yeah.
You can't just leave Kiko and I here to make the kid food. You can't
You don't have any kids.
Who knows what they'd end up eating?
Yeah. So Yanka is saying patties. Yeah. Well, next time. Next time.
Yeah, patties. So I loved bento boxes, Kiko. I loved them. So it's like a box, but there's little sections, square sections, and you get like a little bit of like where when I used to get it, it'd be like a little bit of like a stir fry, a little bit of miso soup, a little bit of sushi, a little bit of tempura, it'll be like this little bits of everything in a box. That's probably not correct in Australia, but that's how we ate it in the food court in Australia.
Wow. Well, my kid would not make it through the day on that. He needs a bunch of bananas, like 5, and then
Wow.
a big melon, like Piel del Sapo, and then 2 mangoes, and that's without snacks.
Wow.
And then I tried to make him a salad in Spain. He would always have salad, big salads in a
Yeah,
box.
let me bring the pickle up. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that would be
boxes.
for her, I think, for 4-year-olds.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so clever. My niece Addie would love that.
It's cute though.
Yeah. Oh, I have foods on my head. Face.
I already have an idea for this kids' party. I'm like a big kid, so this is probably going to be easier than we think for me.
Oh, that should be fun. So we do
It
like
will be. It
Yeah.
will be. Hi, Elena. Hello. Okay, guys, this was amazing. Thanks, everyone, for joining. I will try attach any recipes I can down the bottom. If not, please hit up Kiko, myself, and Lilia to get the details of any recipes. But and we will see you at the kids' party. Bye,
Yay!
thanks, guys.
That was fun. Thanks so much, Sky and Wendy.
Bye.
Thank you,